say, guys, today is a special day. Today, Monday, and I say special because today is the birthday of Amaya Braxton. Now, you guys say, who is Amaya Braxton? Well, let me tell you Amaya Braxton. Amaya Braxton was a beautiful young little girl who was full of life. And in 2016, she was run down by a car. And the woman who was driving the car, Karen Carpenter, was never, there was no indictment on her twice. Her car was never taken from the car scene, from the accident. She didn't stop at the stop sign with the stop. Well, she didn't stop at the bus stop. The arm came out, I'm assuming. She didn't stop behind the bus. She reared to the right. And as Amaya was at her house, at her yard or her lawn, front yard, the car came and took her away and dragged her to her death. So if you guys want to know more about the story, go to my I have an interview with her mother that I have on my channel. Go towards that, and then you will see the full story of Amaya, her mother Andrea. I also have the videos of Anastasia, doctor, who gives her, because Blight Like Matters Mississippi has gotten involved now. But Amaya was a young girl that was full of life. And I'm putting this video so the people of Mississippi can wake up and see the injustice in your own state, Mississippi. Because I see a lot of people doing a lot of things for Breonna Taylor, which she does deserve, and others. And when I see Mississippi, I see that a little people go there. Not a lot of people go there to support the Braxtons on their way to justice. That courtroom in Mississippi, that town in Mississippi, that courthouse, that DA, but that courthouse should be packed. Outside the court should be packed, demanding justice for Amaya. Demanding justice for Amaya. Because it's incredible that this lady did not get charged for that crime, but yet after Amaya's death, other kids were in the same, the same thing happened to other kids, and those drivers were arrested and prosecuted, but not Amaya's culprit. Let's just let's do it to her. Karen Carpenter, no, to this day she moved to another state and she's living life. For whatever reason, whether she has people in the DA's office, whether she has people in the courthouse, whether she has people as the judge, I don't know. Something's fishy about that. But I don't want to make this of that. But I do. I don't. But anyway, so I need the people of Mississippi to fill up that courthouse. I need the people of Mississippi to go there and demand justice. Demand justice, because we're not talking about just a little girl. We're talking about if we're gonna do the Breonna and we're gonna do the George Floyd, then we're gonna do the race thing, then we're gonna do the Amaya, because Amaya was a black, young, vibrant girl, and the lady who ran her over was a white woman. Karen Carpenter was a white woman, or is a white woman. So let's get that straight. So we're gonna do the race thing. Let's do it right. So that courthouse, that the DA's office, people should be bombarding that man and say, where is justice for Amaya? Where is the justice for Amaya? Go down to the courthouse and protest. Protest peacefully. Where is the justice for Amaya? Where is it? Because where other people have gotten prosecuted and gone to jail for the same thing, maybe not the same scenario as the bus, but for the same thing, the outcome was the death by a car, then if they got prosecuted, then this person should be the same thing. Let her day in court come. But they're not doing it. Why they're not doing it? Because there's something behind there. Someone doesn't want this woman to get indicted. Someone doesn't want, because I guarantee you, if you ask for the indictment minutes, if you put in a motion to find out what the prosecutor presented to the grand jury, I guarantee you it was not anything remotely near, so this young girl can get justice, or even get, so this person, Karen Carpenter, can get indicted. I guarantee you that he put Nathan's Law, and you look up Nathan's Laws and Google it, and put Nathan's Law, and he must have stuck Nathan's Law in front of their faces in order for them to say, we don't find nothing. Or unless he got 12, I mean, whatever, how many grand juries he got, 12 incompetent, or whatever the amount incompetent people, not to see that this goes beyond an accident. This is not an accident. This was never an accident. Anyone with a sane mind and a coherent mind and a brain, even if you got one neuron, could see that this was not an accident. This was negligence. This was this is a young girl's took a young girl lost her life. A child, not a young girl, a child lost her life because of the incompetence of a woman that was not doing. She must have been doing something. She slept in the car. She was on her phone. She was texting. She was doing something that distracted her from her stopping when that bus stopped, for her to veer towards the right and then take a Maya. Okay, the DA said that you have to prove, and then you have to prove that either she was texting or something that she was texting. How can you prove if she was texting there's no one there? By omit of other people, they said that she said that she must have fallen asleep. Other people said she was on the phone. She was on the phone with somebody. Said, "Oh, I'm gonna hit something to the effect." I don't want to get into that because I don't know. This is something that I've heard. But look at my stories. Look at the interview I did with Andrea Braxton. You can get more acclimated to the story. And I need the word to go out because we need justice for this young girl. And that is justice. That is justice. Just the same way I want justice for a young man in Orlando that they found hung the other day on Saturday. And the DA said it was a suicide. A suicide. People, let me tell you something. It was a black kid. Black people don't go to a tree and hang themselves. Okay, that's number one. Number two, from what I've read, and from what I've gathered up in psychology when I was in college, most people when they commit suicide, because the DA said, the autopsy also said that it was a suicide. No, when most people commit suicide, they usually do it in the confine of their home or somewhere they think they're comfortable with, because it's more the suicide. It's a personal thing, you know. They're not going to go out there and go commit suicide. Some people might jump in front of a train. Or those things that happen. But for the most part, are inside the home or something like that. So it's more personal for them. A black person's not going to go a rope or whatever and hang himself. And then this kid's teeth were missing and his hand was tied behind their back. So if your teeth are missing and you were tied behind your back, how the fuck did you commit suicide? Sorry. I'm going to do a story on that also, but I want to find out more information. But going back to Amaya, today's her birthday. That little girl should have been alive right now. But since she's not alive, unfortunately, we, the people, must voice for her. We must put our voices out there. We must demand that justice is done. If the FBI has to get involved for the violation of Amaya's civil rights, then they should do that. Something has to be done. This cannot be left alone. We cannot leave this alone. This is why America is the way that it is. This is why people are crying foul now, because we're not getting any justice. We're not. You know. So don't let Amaya's demise go in vain. Don't let those little 7 years that she had just go in vain and say, you know what, she's buried or it can be. So, don't do that. Let her short-lived life be a memory, be an testament to justice, and to say that this would not be tolerated, that if you do commit a crime, you have to pay for it. And don't let this be, this gotta be something political, something that she must know somebody, and I must go out there and say it, either someone from the police, either someone from the DA's office, or someone from the judge. And not so much of the judge, because the judge has nothing to do with it until the case is presented to him. But that's the way it is. The DA or the sheriff's office. Because the car was never taken. He was never given a citation. Nothing. Nothing. So let's do justice for Amaya, man. Let's do justice for Amaya. Happy birthday, Amaya. I wish I had the opportunity to meet you, but I met your mom through YouTube, and she's a lovely woman. She's very charismatic, and she really, really does love you, both your mother and your father and your brothers and sisters. So I know that you're in heaven, and I know that you're having a good time with God, with Jesus. And God bless you, and happy birthday, little girl.